Our season is over, but we still have 2 more games to go. We still got the Max Sweat Championship game. We're going to be finding out who we're going to play in just a few minutes. And then we got our bowl game. We still don't know where we're going to go with that. But this game against Arkansas Pine Bluff, yes, it was senior day. But this time, it was all about our true sophomore running back from Jefferson, Virginia, a.k.a. the man all the way from VA, Justin Chambers, who went beast mode against Arkansas Pine Bluff and became the single season rushing king in the history of NCAA football. The man not only passed Keldrick Williams, but he put on a show for the fans, the viewers at home, everybody. Even Keldrick Williams was there. He couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe how good Justin Chambers was. Justin Chambers entered the game with 230 plus yards rushing, along with 4 touchdowns. And this was his 4th one right here. As he stepped on a man, he stayed in bounds and he scored. Look at that. 2,691 yards. And we still got 2 more games to go. There's no telling how many more yards he's gonna wrap up before this season is over. So we blow out Arkansas Pine Bluff in great convincing fashion. And because of that, we got Brad Anderson coming to the Gump. He's bringing that 4.24 speed from Lauderhill, Florida. And this is something that we desperately need. Now, can we only get 1 more player, or did he commit to another school? We're going to find out in a few minutes. But yeah, so we went on ahead and simulate the rest of the season. But before I get to that, let's look at the rest of the scores from this past week. So Florida A&M beat Southern. Wow. Southern's 3-8. Texas Southern beat Prairie View A&M in their rivalry game. So that means the Texas Southern Tigers are going to Detroit to play the Alabama State Hornets. Then up in Huntsville, Alabama A&M beat Mississippi Valley State 42-35. Alabama A&M has put on a late push, but it looks like it's not enough. They finished with a losing record, so that means they're not going to a bowl game. Grambling State fall to Jackson State 37-17. Jackson State is once again bowl eligible. And then the Tulsa Golden Hurricanes defeat Alcorn State 41-10. Meanwhile, over at the Sunbelt, aka the MEAC, the Wolfpack of NC State destroyed Morgan State. Delaware State squeaked by Hampton 25-15. Maryland squeaked by Norfolk State 24-17. Howard looks like they lost once again to North Carolina A&T. And then the Miami Hurricanes just had their way with South Carolina State. Sad, sad, sad. So we have a shocker. The 4th-ranked LSU Tigers fall to the Arkansas Razorbacks in their annual game for the Golden Boot. That's a shocker, and that's a huge BCS buster. Next on our list, we're going to go back to the recruiting. So Chris Jones, he's still deciding between Tennessee, Alabama State, and Miami. This is the only cat that we're looking to get now. So we're going to go ahead and throw the rest of our points on him. So as you saw earlier, we got Brad Anderson, but we missed out on Tim Mitchell. He decided to go to the University of Georgia. Georgia got a good one too. So there goes the man all the way from VA. As you can see, he's on top of the Heisman watch right now. That's right. There he is, number 1 on the list. Jumping Mario Monahan, who falls to 2nd. What big news this is for the Alabama State football program. There goes Mario Monahan. He almost had 1,600 receiving yards and 20 touchdowns. Goodness. Michael Hall, the quarterback for Georgia Tech, goes to 3rd. Scott Bentley goes up to 4th, the running back for Virginia Tech. And then Steve Collins, the wide receiver from Hawaii, is in 5th place. Who's going to win that Heisman Trophy? It looks like a tight race so far. So as you can see here, the award finalists for the Maxwell Award, looks like Justin Chambers is going to win that award, as well as the Adult Walker. As far as the Coach of the Year, it looks like head coach Joseph Cooley is still in the mix. But look at Patrick Anderson, though, the guy that ran all over us earlier this season. He has over 2,000 yards. So there goes head coach Joseph Cooley right there. on the verge of winning Coach of the Year. He's in the top 3. Jason Moore was so good last week that he was named Defensive Player of the Year Defensive Player of the Week for the MAC and the SWAC. So actually, I was wrong about Justin Chambers' stats. He ran for 352 yards against Pine Bluff. Good Lord. Good enough to win National Offensive Player of the Week. And then there he goes sharing the weekly honors with Jason Moore, who had 6 tackles and interception. And of course, as you saw, that interception went for a pick 6. It was our first score of the game against Pine Bluff. Meanwhile, over at the Sun Belt, aka the MEAC, Tony Miranda once again winning Offensive Player of the Week for the North Carolina A&T Aggies. And then you have Lee Heath, right outside linebacker for Delaware State. Look at that stat line. 4 tackles, 2 for loss, a sack, a forced fumble, and 2 fumble recoveries. So here are the final standings for the MAC SWAC. Texas Southern win the East. Alabama A&M was this close to making it. And then you have the Alabama State Hornets just running away with it in the West. So it's Texas Southern versus the Alabama State Hornets in Detroit. So we simulate the last 2 weeks of the season. No HBCU games, by the way. And Chris Jones decides to go from Jacksonville, Alabama, all the way down to Miami, Florida. We missed out on that one. So he's taking his Dantlers all the way down to Coral Gables. So here is the rest of the matchups for championship week. You saw we got the Texas Southern Tigers for the MAC SWAC championship game. It looks like we should run away with it though, but we're not taking no opponent lightly. We are playing on Heisman difficulty, so you can't take nobody lightly in this game. This season has been crazy, by the way, man. The fact that we ended this season on a 10-game winning streak is just ridiculous. So down in Atlanta for the SEC, you got the third-rate South Carolina Gamecocks taking on LSU. Down in Houston, you have Nebraska versus Oklahoma for the the Big 12 title. You got Georgia Tech and NC State for the ACC title. And then finally, you have Tulane and Southern Miss for the Conference USA title. So join us next time as we get ready to take on Texas Southern in Detroit. Thank you for watching. Peace.